I usually would watch anything as long as it's good.
I enjoy like rom-coms and sometimes action movies, depends on how I feel.
I love comedies with, like Will Ferrell and and I like foreign films, like art house films, especially French films and Spanish films.
I've got a really wide taste when it comes to films. I look for comedy, things that make me laugh. I'm quite into action films at the moment, having just watched as many Bond films as I could before Skyfall came out.
Films that I like watching are comedy films and action films mainly.
I look for a clear film, as in there should be no loose ends. Like, I don't like cliffhanger movies, as long as it finishes in one movie.
I think there has to be a good plot, and it has to be moving. Like, I don't like movies that don't really have an ending, so I'd like to see like how something ends. Like, but sometimes felt like with Inception, like I don't know whether it was just me, but the first time I watched it, I didn't understand it. I felt like we just kind of left hanging at the end, but then I guess the more times you watched it, the more you understood the storyline.
I like to not feel bored at any point in the film. I like to characters that are really developed and characters who I can also relate to, even if they're completely different to me. They've got a different life or they live in a really weird place. I like characters who I can pick things up and say, yeah, that's like me.
Just to be entertained, really. It could be about anything or any genre, just as long as it entertains me, I'm happy to sit and watch a film.
I look for characters that are really convincing, that some humorous lines, also characters that are interesting and that I can relate to.
Like romantic comedies and rom-coms and stuff.
Favourite genre would be, I like art house movies, I like foreign films. There's one guy called Pedro Almodovar. He's a Spanish director, and his movies are so wacky, they're really interesting, and he usually chooses really weird characters.
I like all sorts. At the moment it is more action films because of Skyfall coming out and that being amazing, and The Hunger Games was fantastic as well. So action adventure maybe at the moment.
Well, anything long as it goes with the movie.
Probably, I don't know, like fast-paced maybe.
I really like metal music. I like it to be really emotive and raw and action-packed kind of music. Lots of different experimentation with sounds and beats and lyrics and yeah.
Within a film, do you know, I've not really ever thought about it. I think I like when I keep on referring back to Skyfall because I've just seen it, but I liked the Adele song that was in it and recognisable music for the franchise. But as long as it fits what the film is trying to say or what the moment is trying to say, I think that's good.
It wouldn't be a specific genre, but just sort of fast-paced that relates to their action scenes.
Probably good storyline, good-looking actors. Yeah, that's about it. Probably, I like the sort of traditional movies, so where you have like one really popular person and then, you know, that sort of thing.
I like characters who have really, they're not the popular teenager. I just watched the Wallflower movie. Have you heard of that? Yeah. And that kid, he's so intelligent, so bright. He's like the narrator, I think, in the film. And so I like that. And I like music, like current music. So anything that's coming out now.
Obviously you want to be able to identify with the characters. You want to be able to feel emotions for them or towards them. Otherwise you don't engage with them and you don't tend to care about them as much.
In a teenage-related film, I would expect the characters to play characters that have issues or problems that are realistic, that other students or other teenagers are going through. Also, I'd expect them to show a realistic portrayal of some of the problems that they might have.